Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed last week's video. I'm really pleased I get to do this week's for you. And I know that you're thinking about the church's role in the community. I hope you can hear me over the noise. I decided to take you on my walk into church because it's not just about the building. Church is not just about what happens inside the doors. Sometimes it is, but it's also about what happens in the community, what happens in our community, and the church, I think, should be a big part of that. So as I'm heading into church, we're going to think a little bit today about what the church does to be a part of the community or to help the community. And I don't know whether you have visited one of these. I'm going to pop some photos up now. But one thing St Andrew's Church has done has put on some fairs. Here are some photos. You might have been to one of our fairs. And this is a really good thing to do because it's held in the church grounds, but all of the different people who have stalls are from all sorts of different groups. And it brings the community together, the people who want to visit and look at the stalls. It's a really nice thing for them to do. I'm going to show you another photo now. I wonder whether any of you came to see our Christmas tree festival. Now this was particularly good, I thought, because all of the different groups in the community brought their Christmas trees and decorated them in our church so that everyone could come and see them. And this meant that lots of different groups could say who they were and what they do, and it also meant that lots of people could come to the church and be together and get excited about Christmas. So those are just some of the things to start off with that the church does in the community. And we're heading into church now because, as lots of you I'm sure know, we do have services in church. We have a communion service. That's what we call it. And we have those on Thursdays and on Sundays. But there are other services that happen in our church and in the other churches and so on, in the Methodist Church and the Baptist Church, that are services that some of you might have been to. Now I've got a little clue here for one of the services that I'm thinking about. I wonder if any of you have ever seen this in St Andrew's Church. This is our font. That's what we call it. And we use this font at a baptism or a christening. And so those services, as well as weddings and funerals, are services where people who come to have them might not be people that come to church every Sunday. There might not be people that go to church at all. But they're services that people in the community hopefully know that they can come for. And we often get lots of new people coming into church when we have baptisms or weddings or funerals. So in those services, we see lots of different people, and it allows people to know that whatever they need, the church is there for them in their community. Now another thing I'm going to show you is, can you see at the back of church, we've got lots of leaflets and posters, lots of advertising of different community activities, different groups. For example, can you see we've got a poster for the food bank and the shopping list of things that their food bank need for those who come to visit them. And this is because the church has a responsibility to be a part of the community, to be a support for the community. And we might do that by advertising events or things. We might do that. We actually host the food bank in our church now. And so it's important that the church does these things so that we can help SOAM, help the community grow, help the community when they need it, help other people in our community who might be a little bit less fortunate. And of course, there's my favourite part of working at St Andrew's Church. We get to do assemblies and lessons and school visits for all of you. And you know we come to your school. Of course, we're online at the minute, aren't we? But we do assemblies and lessons for you. We also do them for St Andrew's School and the Weatheralls Primary School. And that's so important because I think that the most important people in our community are the children and young people, because you are a huge part of this community. So it's really important that the church helps you to know that you are a huge part of everything that goes on here. And that's why we feel so lucky to be able to do assemblies and lessons for you. So it's really important that when we think of the church in the community, what the church's role is, I think the church's role is to make sure that every single person in our community knows that they are welcome here, knows that they can come to services, or if they would like a baptism or a wedding or a funeral, they can come to us, knows that we will support them, and knows that this isn't my church. It's not Eleanor's church. It's everybody's church. Everybody is part of this community. Everybody has the church available to them. I hope you enjoy this video. Next week, Eleanor will be doing a video, and I know Reverend Colin is doing a video too. Have a good week next week, everyone, and I hope to see some of you very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.